This is a book about two unlikely friends. What do you suppose that means, unlikely? Sandy?
They don't like each other.
No, not they don't like each other. Michelle?
That they're not the same.
They're not the same. They're not like each other. And Amos is a mouse and Boris is a whale. Why would that be unlikely for a mouse and a whale to be friends? Christina?
Because one's too big and one's too little, and one lives in the water and one doesn't.
Yeah. So let's read and see how these two become friends. Yeah, how they get along. It's Amos and Boris by William Steig.
She wrote Shrek.
And he wrote Shrek, so you've heard his words before. Amos, a mouse, lived by the ocean. He loved the ocean. He loved the smell of sea air. He loved to hear the surf sounds, the bursting breakers, the backwashes with rolling pebbles. He thought a lot about the ocean. Goodbye, dear friend, squeaked Amos. Goodbye, dear friend, rumbled Boris, and he disappeared in the waves. They knew they might never meet again. They knew they would never forget each other.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
No. He's on.
Okay. What'd you think? Just turn to somebody you're sitting right by. What'd you think about it? What'd you think?
That was good.
What'd you like about it?
The elephant saved him.
I think it was really great because
What'd you like about it?
I think it was great. I think it was good. I think the elephant saved him.
What'd you all think of the book? Howard.
I think it was great because I think it was good because Amos and the elephant saved Boris' life from dying.
Okay. Sandy.
It reminds me of when I jump off the diving board. I sink down and I touch the bottom, then I come back up.
What part of the story reminded you of that?
When Boris jumped up and went down in the water and the mouse went down.
When he sounded, that's what they call that, when you dive deeply in the water. Okay, Nicole, what'd you think of the story?
I think it was nice of the whale driving, putting a mouse on his back.
Yeah, because he was really headed to that meeting, wasn't he? But he turned around and took him back. And friends do those kind of things for other friends. Okay, let's read this. They became the closest possible friends. They told each other about their lives, their ambitions. Ambition, it's a word we saw in our morning letter, and it's like what your hopes and dreams are for your life. And when I was reading the book, I tried to put myself back in 2nd or 3rd grade and imagine that I was hearing this book as you all did today, and think about what were my ambitions when I was your age. And I started to think about what I hoped for when I was 7 or 8 years old.
What did you hope for?
Well, I thought about being grown up and having a family and a house. And when I think about when I was 7 or 8, what I wanted to do, I used to go to the bank all the time with my dad, and I used to love that bank. And my dad would say, "You'd like to work here and count that money, wouldn't you?" I'd say, "No, I don't want to do that. I want to be president of this bank." And I used to think about that when I was little. I'd just like to run something and be in charge.
Now you is running the same school teacher.
Well, we're all kind of running this together, aren't we? But yeah, okay. What we're going to do right now is write about our ambitions.
What do you want to be, Brent?
I'm gonna get a storm chaser when I grow up. Who you gonna be, Howard?
Bald head. You're a big bald head.
Cool. Dang. You're gonna be you're bald-headed?
What do you think you'd like to do when you get big?
Be a artist.
You're good at drawing, aren't you? You like to do that? What kind of person you think you'd like to be?
And purses and you know what they make what are homeless children at? I don't know what's over there. It's gonna be one of those kind of purses that help take care of children.
Your principal, preacher, I. Let's read that.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it is kind of hard, isn't it? Let's read that. I'd like to be a fireman because it's fun saving people. Okay. How are you doing? Let me talk with her for just a minute. What else would you like to do besides dance and sing? I'd like to sing like... Who? I'm glad you were telling me that was Whitney Houston. When I first glanced over here, I thought, did she say she'd like to sing like Willie Nelson?
I would like to go to college and play football.
I'm not going to ask you to rush yourself. I want you to think about what you want to put, okay?
Can I forget?
No, I just said if you're not finished, that you can stay and get it finished before you head on down, okay? Well, let's hear it.
I like to be a whale because I can dive and swim because I am a good swimmer.
Wait a minute. This is your hopes and dreams for what you want to do with your life. And Howard, you can't be a whale. You were born a person. But it's not a wish. It's like, what do you want to do with your life? What do you see yourself doing when you're bigger?
I want to go jump in the river and die.
You were on the phone the other day talking with Damian, and y'all were talking about playing football and getting big and playing. So I know you've already talked and thought about that's something that you really want to do for your future. And as a matter of fact, I remember you talking to me about the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? Okay, well, come on. Let's get that down and share that with the class. Talking to Howard, you got an idea?
No, I got an idea on your hand.
Oh.
I want to be, when I grow up, giving rings to people.
Okay. All
I
right.
want to be a bank.
Okay. Howard, let's get that started. Okay? How you want to start it? Okay, let me get it started for you because, you know, when serious learners are a little bit behind, maybe when they misunderstand the assignment, means they got to work twice as fast to get back with it. We're fast, remember the clock? I'd like to be a football player. You want to tell for who? Who for?
I'm Green Bay Packers.
Oh.
They won the Super Bowl.
Is that why you want to play for them?
1, 2, 3.
I don't like Dallas no more. They getting to be weak. They won the Super Bowl for 29 years.
It's been 29 years since the Packers won, and hadn't it been?
Yep.
I'd like to be a football player for the Green Bay Packers. Okay.
And I like to run the ball and be a quarterback.
Okay. I'd like... Okay, now, Howard? I want you to think about this for a minute. You just don't grow up and all of a sudden walk over to the Green Bay Packers and say, I'm your quarterback, buddy. I can do this. I'd like you to think, what do you need to do to get to that spot? How do you see yourself growing up and doing?
Do you have good grades?
Okay, why don't you write about it? Okay, you've got a good start and you're just about back where you were. So let's get that Oh. Okay. Did you practice your reading?
Yeah. You want to hear mine, Nicole? Okay. I want to be a singer. I want to sing rap. I want to be an ice skater. I want to be a teacher. I want to have a husband.
My children are going to have clothes to put on them and food on our table and have a house to live in. You know what? That's an important thing to think about, that's something you need to provide for them. Not only does it sound right, it sounds good. It sounds good to Vonda.
That's why I put it on my paper, because my mama told me.
Yeah. Did your mom talk to you about that? My mom talked to me about that kind of stuff too.
She got it from my granny.
Did she? She got it. And isn't that funny? My mother got it from my granny. So I think mothers have probably been talking about that stuff for probably since we've had mothers on the earth. Okay. Yeah. Emmett? E-M-M-I.
I want to be a manager. I want to be a teacher.
If you don't have good grades, you will not be able to play for the Green Bay Packers. You will not play any sports like Damian Howard. He had to have good grades to play any sport.
And I am going to be a teacher, and I am going to travel a lot.
Okay.